Hello students, welcome to week 5. So sorry I did not post a week 4 message. My full-time job has just gone back into the office 5 days a week and I seriously underestimated how much that would take out of my day. But I'm back at it and here we are at week 5. This week we're going to be reviewing chapter 8 in your book and videos, finishing your email blast and turning that in by June 15th, and then I'm going to introduce project 3, and this week all I want for that is for you to start thinking about an idea and maybe preliminarily sketching out ideas, although nothing needs to be turned in on that. It's just trying to introduce it and get you going. Again, I think it helps to reinforce with this slide just so that you know what is expected. So Chapter 8 notes are due by June 18th. Upload those to D2L. Project 2 is due June 15th. And then I'm going to review with you right now Project 3 at the end of this presentation and go over more details with that. Okay, so I wanted to quickly go over how to export your email after putting it all together in Adobe XD. It's real simple. Step 1 is to go to the file up at the upper left, like you see in this image, and then go to Export, and then All Artboards. And just like with a lot of the other Adobe products, you're going to go to the top and save it. So you're going to go and browse wherever you want to save it, name it what you want to name it. And then at the bottom of the window, you want to select under Format, JPEG, under Quality, 100%, Export for, choose Web, Display at 1 times, and then press the Export All Artboards on the bottom right. Once you have your final JPEG file saved, make sure you put that final JPEG in with the XD file like shown here into the same folder, zip those pieces together and upload those to D2L. Now, as a quick check, if you want to double check what your file is sized at, just to make double sure that it's correct, you can open up the JPEG in just the regular Apple preview. And as you see right here, it's going to show you the image size and the image DPI. So you want it to remain what your image size should be, so 600 pixels wide is the max width it should be, and whatever your length is. And then you want to make sure that everything is saved as 72 DPI, because we're for web, and you want to be web optimized. Okay, so let's talk about Project 3, creating an app. Now, I know this kind of sounds a little scary and overwhelming, but it's not. It's actually really easy and very fun to do. So I'm going to provide for you on D2L a link to my XD file in which I created an app. Basically, every time the group sales department wanted to go to a trade show, they would bring an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper that had all of these different fast facts and specs about Myrtle Beach, so that their meeting planners or group planners would want to come to visit Myrtle Beach and book their trips and meetings. So what I chose to do to help with the meeting sector of this, because they didn't want to carry those 8.5 by 11 flyers, was I created a little QR code which would direct them straight to this app, and all the information would be there. So I'm going to provide that XD file, and then you can view it here in this example. It's also on D2L under where the project is described. You can click on that link and it'll take you to the actual mock-up of it. But try not to be too overwhelmed by this. This app process with XD is super fun and super easy. So let's just talk really quick about the objective. The objective of this is to learn how to set up and prototype an app. Your specs are going to be 1080 wide by 1920 high. Make sure you get those pixels width and height down correctly, because that's the most of the direction that you can use. So I'd say the standard 1080 wide by 1920 high is going to fit most phones, most all phones. So that's the easiest one to choose, and that's what I would set this to be. The items I want you to submit the Adobe XD file on D2L, and I also want you to copy and paste a share link. Hopefully by the time you get through with the rest of this book, you're going to know how to do that. I can follow up throughout the next couple weeks and show you how to do that as well. I want at least 5 pages of content, and you're going to see my example here. When I say 5 pages, don't feel completely overwhelmed that this is going to be some sort of big, huge book or something. It can be fun content, but have fun with it. Don't take it too seriously. I really want you to explore on how you're going to build this for yourself, and I want this to be something that you can show in your senior showcase, be proud of, use it in your portfolio. So always think of this as none of these projects are just stuff you should just whip together. This is all stuff that you're going to want to be proud of and show in your portfolio. Now the programs, you can use Illustrator and Photoshop to start if you'd rather. You can design it all in Adobe XD. It's up to you. The end product has to be in XD. So you can start in Illustrator and then bring it in, or start in Photoshop and then bring it into XD, or you can, copy and paste different elements from Photoshop into XD, and the same thing with Illustrator. You can copy those elements that you designed there and bring them into XD. It's however you want to do it. All you need to know is that the XD file and your share link is what I need in order to give you a grade on this. Now, your topic. It's same as everything for this. Your website too will be the same way. You can be creative. You can make something up. It can be something already established. It could be anything you want it to be. It could be something like a PSA, something where you're still wanting to talk about COVID and top 5 things about what you should know at COVID right now. So be creative, do whatever it is you think is going to be fun for you, show your personality, something that's not going to restrict you, and something you think you can get done fairly quickly. This project is going to be due by midnight on July 16th. And I guess it's technically, July 16th, a minute before midnight is when it's due. And then I'm including this link right here for an example for you to see. I'll be going over some more stuff about the app next week. This is just to get you started. I just wanted to show you really quick the app that I designed that I just referenced. It's also in the project description as an example, and a link that you can go see this and how this is. But really, when you see this all out right here, like on an artboard, it's just coming up with the content and then linking what pages you wanted to go to what, or what elements you want to link to a different part. So try to keep it very simple in your mind as far as how to organize it. Let this give you an idea of how you can spark your own imagination and creativity and how you want to organize your information. The design part of this is fun and easy. The hardest part of this is going to be coming up with an idea and then coming up with the wireframe, which is basically organizing what you want where you want it. That's the toughest part. Once you get through that, the rest of it, the building of it, is really easy and fun, I promise. Okay, so I know there's going to be tons of questions on this, and I am so ready to see as many of you as possible on Tuesday at 6 o'clock. And if Tuesday at 6 o'clock does not work for you, send me an email, send me a text, and you tell me when you can meet, and I will make that happen. I will try to be as flexible as possible, even with being back to work 5 days a week in the office. There's not really a time where I can't close my door and answer some questions for you. And I know this app is going to be a little difficult for some of you, and I'm here for you to help you get through it. So I'll be on my office Zoom link on my office hours from 6 to 7 on Tuesday, or you can text and email at a time that works for you, and I will be glad to meet with you. I love to talk about anything to do with Adobe XD or any Adobe software, so please let me know if I can help you at all. I'm here. All right, well, have a great week, and I will be back for week 6.